Bruce Lee, or his Chinese name, Li Junfan, was born on November 27, 1940, in San Francisco. But he spent the majority of his youth in Hong Kong. His father was an opera singer and part-time actor, so Bruce was introduced to the entertainment industry at an early age. As a young boy, he often appeared in films as a juvenile delinquent, and ironically enough, as a teenager, he began to hang out with local gangs. And it was then that he started to learn Kung Fu, in hopes of being able to defend himself better. Also, at that time, he began to take dance lessons, which helped him to refine his footwork, and in 1958 he won the Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship. But around about the time Bruce turned 18, his parents sent him off to live with some family friends in America. They were starting to become increasingly concerned with Bruce's proclivity to get in street fights and his constant run-ins with the police. So it was off to Seattle for Bruce, and it was there where he finished high school and then went on to study philosophy and drama at the University of Washington. And it was most likely here where Bruce began to cultivate his outlook on life and ultimately form his own way of expressing himself in martial arts, which we will talk about in a moment. But it was in Seattle where Bruce started his first fight school. And then in 1964, he relocated to Oakland, California to found his second school. It was then when he officially developed his own form of fighting, called Jeet Kune Do, which was a blend of ancient Kung Fu, fencing, boxing, and philosophy, which he taught instead of traditional martial arts. Bruce got his first big break as Kato in the television series Green Hornet for a while, but after that he couldn't really find acting jobs, so he started giving private Jeet Kune Do lessons to Hollywood stars to make money, most notably Steve McQueen. Still struggling to find jobs as an actor, he moved back to Hong Kong in 1971. It was there where he starred in 2 films that broke box office records in Asia, The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. He then went on to start his own production company and came out with The Return of the Dragon and Enter the Dragon. But unfortunately, he died 6 days before the release of Enter the Dragon, and the mysterious circumstances of his death were motivation for speculation. Nobody knows the real story, but his death was officially ruled as inflammation of the brain due to an allergic reaction from headache medication. But who really knows? Anyways, we can learn a lot from Bruce, especially from his philosophy of life, and not only that, but from the way he viewed martial arts. It is evident that Bruce didn't view himself as omnipotent, or think of others as subordinate to him. Not only that, he didn't even like being called a superstar.
The word superstar really turned me off, and I'll tell you why. Because the word star, man, is an illusion.
Because that would be elucidating that he was above others, and Bruce didn't think this way. He viewed himself as a human being, no different from anyone else, and this is a key point of Bruce's philosophy. To quote Bruce, "Under the sky, under the heavens, there is but one family." And it was also clear that philosophy held a big part in Bruce's heart, and you saw this in the way he approached martial arts. He believed that martial arts meant honest expression, or truly expressing yourself honestly.
To me, okay? To me. Ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself.
And not being a phony. Which he explained is very hard to do, because you see, the majority of people do things to seek approval from others, or impress the people around them. But in the task of expressing yourself honestly, whether that be through movement or anything in life, you don't do that with the intention of appeasing others. You're just flowing, moving, and expressing yourself honestly, like water.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Essentially, Bruce was living a good, honest, and just life, and he made it his mission to teach others this way of life through movement, and not act in a way that is folly or unauthentic. To be truly yourself and flow, and to also have self-control or self-discipline. Bruce would describe it as a successful combination of natural instinct and control.
I mean, it might sound too philosophical, but it's unacting acting or acting unacting. So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here is the natural instinct and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Basically, to become one with your movements and one with everything around you. To be in control of your movements, but also adaptable to your environment. Like he said, unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness. To truly flow and express yourself with your body and movements as they come. To be spontaneous as nature is, but also in control. You need a healthy balance. All in all, what we can learn from Bruce Lee is that we should always be honest with ourselves and never act in a way that is out of our character. Also, that we should be good people and treat others with kindness and never think that we are better than someone, regardless of our achievements. Nobody is better than anybody. We are all a part of the same species. We all live under the same sun, on the same planet, share the same food, drink the same water. We are all the same. So don't act as if you are above others, because this would be doing yourself a disservice, and you certainly are not a good person if you do this. Also, to realize that we are one and the same with nature. And I think this is what he meant by expressing yourself honestly. Trees, plants, and everything natural always express themselves honestly, because they have no other choice to truly be what they are. Nature isn't deceptive or folly. It is wholly what it is. And it is only when we try to implement too much control that our behavior becomes too unnatural. This is why Bruce said that it is a successful combination of both. In conclusion, be a good person, treat others with respect, for they are no different than you, and always be yourself no matter what. Flow and adapt, morph and change, and ultimately, be one with nature, and true to yourself.
You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being.